Welcome to the vlog. I know it's been a while, guys, and the madness that's been going on in the world over the last few months, but we're back with a vengeance, and we've got a great vlog lined up for you. Not only will we be having 48 hours at the Park Lake, our last ever session on the Park Lake before we move on to pastures new, but we'll also be looking at how we tackle June. This, after all, this is the June edition of my carp fishing season vlog. We will also be having the housewife's favourite biscuit of the week, which doesn't fail to impress as always this month. We'll also have the rig clinic, so if you stay to the end of the vlog, we'll be teaming up with Rich Monkey, and they will be giving away 5 kits to make the D-rig. So thank you very much, Rig Monkey, for coming up trumps there. Contacted them and they're more than happy. So we'll be doing the D-rig, so wait to the end. There'll be a competition, I'll give you all the details. Plus, now that it's a warmer and we're travelling a lot lighter, and all your messages from over the last few months about when are we going to see a review of the Avid Benchmark Light Bed Chair, so we'll be having a look at that as well. So without further ado, welcome back, guys, and welcome to the vlog. It's times like this where we haven't been fishing for months and months and months that you sort of take the fishing for granted, don't you? And just to be out there, look how beautiful it is. The sun is shining and we're actually out with nature, and catching is going to be a bonus. It really is going to be a bonus. It's just nice to be out, isn't it? You don't realise how much you miss something when you just can't do it. You can't go out and do it anymore. So I hope everyone's stayed safe and you're enjoying your fishing now that we're allowed back out to do it. Okay, so June, how do I approach June? It can be a really funny, weird type of month, because it's sort of I call it a bit of an in-between month, because some lakes have spawned, some lakes haven't. Some are late at spawning, like in July, but some have spawned early, like end of May, sort of now, really, and then they spawn in June. So it's a bit of a weird one. So I'll try and put it this way: if you can imagine, if your lake hasn't spawned, the fish would be swimming around fat as anything, other things on their mind. They're not going to be wanting big beds of bait, not until July, sort of August time, September, you know, later in the year. So I tend to start to introduce a lot more particles. I use a good food bait, Triple X, nice fish meal, lots of nice liquids, green lip mussel, which the Triple X has got a lot in anyway, but I'll also introduce some tigers if you can, hemp, maize, that type of thing. That will be the mainstay of my feed that's going to go out at this time of the year. After they've spawned, I'll start using a lot more boilies. It's sort of in July, and also start to use, so I probably won't use a lot of bait, a lot of singles, depending how weedy it is, a lot of, you know, the white or yellows or little pop-ups, little pop-up rigs, maybe hinge stiffies, but I tend to start using the D-rigs, which we're going to go into in the rig clinic a lot later. D-rigs, short, stiffish, you know, a bit of fluorocarbon, you know, wafters, or even wafters and tigers and all that type of stuff. So yeah, but little and often, or a little spread of bait, but not a lot of bait, because they've got other things on their mind and they don't want to have a feed up as much, I've found over the years. So that's how I approach me baiting. Get on the winds if it's a lot warmer, the fish are showing, but generally, you know, you just have to find them. Wake up early, like I always say, all the time, get up early, get out there and look for the fish, and put some singles or a little bit of bait, set a few traps, and that's what we're actually doing now. So that is my sort of June fishing. Don't use a lot of bait and see how it goes. Kit wise, you know, as soon as it starts warming up like it is now, I start to take less and less kit. I want to travel as light as possible, move as much as possible, lighter sleeping bag, lighter bed chair, there's no ground sheet, everything's a lot lighter. so I can move about, because these fish will be starting to move about, start to, you know, hunt out those places they can have a spawn, or if they've just spawned, to lie up. You know, so you've got to be a lot more mobile rather than sort of bait and wait. So that's how I sort of approach the June. You know, and as I say, it depends on your water, if they spawned or they're not spawned. Pre-spawning, singles, little bit of bait, a lot more particles in there, good food bait, good quality food bait, which is going to attract the fish in. Right, so what's happening on this session? That's how I approach June. What's happening on this session? This is my last session at the Park Lake. We've had some absolutely great times, but it's time to move on. Ticket runs out very, very soon, in the next few days. So it's time for pastures new. And we've got some cracking venues, which you'll see in July, August and the winter. But it's been good, hasn't it? If you followed me for the last 2 or 3 years, we've had some absolute stunning fish out here, new PBs. You've been with me with all the downs, all the blanks. You've even seen pork chop in the water with me when we caught that great big massive common at 57 pound 3 ounces in February of a couple of years ago. What a trip that was, wasn't it, eh? To get a PB. So the Park Lake has done me proud, and we've enjoyed ourselves. And I hope you've enjoyed the vlogs from the Park Lake. But everything good must come to an end eventually. So we're on to pastures new, and I hope you enjoy what we're going to be doing over the next few months on these different lakes. So how are we going to approach the 48 hours of the Park Lake? To be honest, I'm just going to chill out for my last session. If we catch one, it's going to be an absolute bonus. But it'd be nice to get a going away present from the Park Lake to say that we've caught one on their last trip. Okay, right, wind's blowing easterly. It's a lovely day, even though I've got my hoodie on. I'm in a bit of shade. I've managed to position the umbrella, the bivvy, in a way so I've got quite a bit of shade. So if I step out of the shade, and if I was out here, I'd be sweating my nuts off with this on. But in here, it's just nice, keeping a nice under the shade with my hoodie on. And it's early in the morning, so got down early, had a good look out here, see a couple of fish shows, so I thought I'd come in here, fishing out about 24, 25 wraps, so a nice silt depression. Got a D-rig on that one, which is quite hard, so it's quite a shortish D-rig, about 6.5 inches, but we'll have a look at that when we go to the rig clinic at the end of the show, end of the vlog. The other two, I'm not fishing as far out, about 14 wraps and about 15 wraps, so I'm fishing a slackish line. As a rule of thumb, on any lake I fish, if there's no features between me and where I'm fishing, the further I am out, the higher the bobbin, the tighter the line. The closer in I am, the slacker the line, and the bobbin's on the floor. So that's a little bit of a rule of thumb there. These two rods, I've got pop-ups on. I've got my little 360 rigs on those, both on white, because white has done well for me this time of year. And that one's got a lovely, something a little bit different. It's got a wafter, but it's also got a tiger on top of it that's been drilled out with a little bit of cork, just so it retains that buoyancy of a wafter. There's something a little bit different. We've put about 5 spots over that one, and we've put 5 spots on each on there. Like I said earlier, I've not put loads and loads of bait out, little and often, because they have had a little bit of spawn, but they're very quiet at the moment, and there's not a lot happening. There's the odd fish coming out, so I don't want to overfeed them if that's not what they're looking for. We've gone to the 3 areas. It's nice and early. I want to get all settled, sorted out, relaxed, chilled. 5 spots on each, and we're going to see what happens. Stick the kettle on, have a nice cup of tea. God, it's good to be back, guys, and I hope you enjoy the next 48 hours and all that we've got in store for the June edition of the vlog. Excuse the sunglasses, but the sun up there is blaring down. It really is, yeah, pretty warm this late evening. We're all sorted, everything's good. I just see the maddest thing, right? Just down here, see where rod tips are. Just see it, one of the little stockies, which is about £10, swimming just past, not a care in the world, just past the rod tips. I did get some footage, so hopefully we'll be able to see it, and it came out all right. So we're all sorted. Look at that wind blowing in. Looks cock on for a bite tonight, or this evening, or the morning, or at some point, so fingers crossed we're going to have a chance tonight. So we're all sorted, everything's good with the world. Just had our dinner, a couple of burgers, and the rods are all out. I've put 5 spoms round each, managed to get them out on all 3 rods. 5 spoms, as I said I would do, all sorted, out there. We're ready to rock and roll, ready to enjoy the evening. The kettle is on, and it's just about to boil. So that can mean only one thing, can't it? Yes, you've guessed it, it's time for Biscuit of the Week. Look at that. Welcome to the last Biscuit of the Week at the Park Lake. But it's going to be a special one. I was in Asda with Mrs. B, shopping as we do. And I was after a bit of carrot cake. Now, I do love a bit of carrot cake. And I came upon these bad boys. Look at those, right? Look at those. I've never seen them before in Asda. Never seen them. And I think they were on special offer as well. Asda soft baked carrot cake cookies. What's it say? Super soft and packed with flavour. Now, if they're anything like the normal real carrot cake, I'm going to be all over these every trip. So I do like a bit of carrot cake. Let's have a look. Well, we're in the red zone as usual. Look, in the red zone. Down here, it's art attack material. Oh, I can't even tell you what it says on there. Right, so Asda, you get about 10 in now. Let's have a look. Oh, it bloody smell like carrot cake. Have a look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look, it's real. It's not like a normal biscuit. Look, it's all soft. It's all soft. Looks nice though. Got to admit, it does look good. It's got all these little bits in there and that. Let's see what the taste is like. It's really carroty. Tell you what, that tastes just like a bit of carrot cake, but without the icing. In fact, no, there is icing. Those little bits in there are icing. Mate, that tastes just like carrot cake. That does, just like it. And that mad, and they can make a biscuit, soft biscuit, taste exactly like a piece of carrot cake. Right, we got to do the dunk test, haven't we? Lovely with a cup of tea, these. Oh, that is a bit of me, that is, especially when we're enjoying the evening after getting all the rods out. Oh, here's about 10 of these. If it was only a quid, dunkability. Now this is the one where it's either 0 or hero. Right. Oh yeah, that surprised me because it's soft. Nice, but not as good without. Much better without the dunking. Yep, nice, just eating them because they're nice and soft with a cup of tea. That is a bit special, I tell you. Asda soft baked carrot cake cookies. Look, check them out again. Look at that, get 2 in a pack for about a quid from Asda. Excuse me. There you go, soft baked carrot cake cookies from Asda, about £1. That is your biscuit of the week. Well, welcome back. What an absolutely stupendous biscuit of the week it is. I don't think I could eat them all the time. Every now and again, I think the old carrot cake cookies are going to be coming to play, I think. Well, the sun's just going down. Look at it up there. Just going down. Beautiful, beautiful evening. Check it out there. Look how beautiful that is. Got all the playful rods are on the dance floor. Let's have a look. There you go. Look, they're all there, raring to go. And all we need is a fish for our last trip, our last ever trip to the Park Lake. And it's looking absolutely stupendous. Look at that. Looks absolutely beautiful. I'm hoping to see a couple of fish in the hours of darkness, and hoping even better if we can catch one. It'd be rather nice as a nice farewell and a fitting end to the last 3 years on a brilliant lake with some brilliant stock. But pastures new are calling, and everything good has to come to an end at some point. So I'm going to love you and leave you, and I will see you hopefully in the middle of the night with a big old wagger. But if not, I will see you first thing in the morning. See you soon. Well, here we go. Nice farewell, goodbye to the Park Lake. I've got an absolute banging. Took me a merry dance out there. 37.2 common. I'm over the moon. What a fitting going away present from the awesome Park Lake. Let's have a little look at her. Bit of water on her. An absolute banger. Check this out. Look at this. What a beautiful common. Oh, what a beautiful common. Bit of goalkeeping now. Bit of goalkeeping. Look at this beautiful common. Look at that. 37.2. Absolutely made up. An absolutely brilliant fitting going away present from the Park Lake. How about that then? I'll take that all day long. Thank you very much, Park Lake. There's still plenty of time to catch another one. Another cracking common to show you. I can't believe it. There's two, my first night. Still got another night to go. £33, 3 ounce. I'm pretty sure it's a male common. She's having a bit of a mad fight. It was. Let's get her up. Let's get him up and show you. Oh, a bit feisty this morning. Early hours. Oh, definitely a male one. Bit feisty. Let's have a little look. How about that then, eh? Another cracking common. £33. What a brilliant session this is turning into be. There we go. Let's get him back. Well, good morning, and what an absolute beautiful morning it is. Look at the mist rolling in out there. That really is something a little bit special. Oh, look at that, look. Beautiful, beautiful morning, and a couple of fish to boot last night. How about that, eh? 2 £30 commons. Absolutely made up with that. Absolutely ecstatic about that, and the sun's just coming up in about the next half an hour, and everything is good with the world. Yeah, a couple of nice fish. Managed to re-get the rod out. Just looking now, I'm going to stay up for about another hour till about 6 o'clock just to check out where the fish are on that, and I may move one of the rods out to that long spot where I've had the 2 bites. So I might have 2 rods out there later on just to maximise that spot, but bloody hell, I'm happy with what I've had. It'd be a fitting way to leave the Park Lake with a couple of nice fish, even if I don't get any more bites. We've still got 1 night left. So I thought I'd just give you a little update, let you have a look at that out there. That's the reason why we go, isn't it? Absolutely beautiful, look. The reason why we go. Nice misty morning on the Park Lake. See you a bit later on, guys. What a beautiful, absolutely lovely time that was this morning, with that sunrise and the pinks and the purples and everything else, and the mist rolling off the hills, rolling on the lake, past the trees. Beautiful. That's the reason why we go, isn't it? And you know, I wouldn't change it for the world. I must admit, a little while after then, because I've been up all night with a couple of bites, I did decide to have a 2 or 3 hours kip, and it's mid-afternoon now, and been up a few hours for having a nice little recharge, ready to change the rods about and re-get them out. I'm definitely going to stick another one out on the spot where I've had the bites from, so we'll have 2 out there at night, redo them, stick some more spots out there and get sorted and ready for the night. But before we do that, let's have a look at the Avid benchmark light. I know a lot of you have been asking me to do a review on this, so let's have a look. I first come across the benchmark range of bed chairs by Avid a couple of years ago when I bought myself one after a friend of mine, who also suffered from a bad back at the time, told me about him that he cleared up his bad back, and it wasn't as bad as it was because of the memory foam mattress and how comfortable a sleep he had, better than any bed chair he'd had before. So I bought myself one on the strength of that, of his recommendation, and I've got to admit, I was absolutely amazed how much my back improved, and also how comfortable and how enjoyable it was to sleep on the bed chair. So when, about 6 months ago, Avid announced that they were going to do a light version, because I'm always, if you're like me, always trying to minimise my gear for when the summer comes, when you're on the barrow, you want as light as possible so you can move about a lot. I was really interested to see how they made it lighter. They still incorporate the memory foam mattress. That is the thing which gives it so much comfort and really helps your back. But it consists now of a magnesium alloy frame, which is ultra light but ultra strong as well. Instead of having the elasticated straps around the edges that we all see and the lumbar support, they got rid of those and they replaced it with cord. It's a lot stronger and a lot lighter, and you don't get that sag you do. You have to keep on tightening up with the elasticated. 200 centimetres long, which in layman's terms is 6'5". I'm 5'8", so it's more than enough room for it. It's got an outing skirt which covers the whole of the bed chair, so you don't get caught up on anything, and it just gives you that little bit of extra width. The width is 80 centimetres and it's 40 centimetres high. It extends to 47 centimetres high with the 6 legs, which comes as standard on the light, and I believe from memory on the standard bed chair as well. It's super comfortable, and the best thing is that it weighs under 7 kilos. Yes, under 7 kilos. If you've watched my videos for the last 2 or 3 years, you'll know that I don't recommend things lightly. I only recommend things that I use for a long time. I've used this for the last 6 months, and I can thoroughly recommend it. It's both light, strong and ultra comfortable, and will help your back no end. It's got extra long double hinged throw hinges, so if you've got a sleeping bag on it, or you buy the system which it comes with, which has got 3-season sleeping bag built in, I don't. I use my own sleeping bag on top of it. It will folds up, and I'll show you how it folds up. And even with the system, it's still only 10 kilos, so it folds up lovely like that. It's got clicks into place there. Look how light that is. Look, one hand I can lift it, move it about. Unbelievably light it is. So guys, if you're in the market for a bed chair which is light, strong and will help your back out and is comfortable as anything, go check out the Avid Benchmark Light. I'll put links down in the description of this video so you can go and check it out yourself, but I wouldn't recommend something like this unless I've used and abused it. Go check out the Avid Benchmark Light. Managed to get the rods out, all sorted, a couple of spoms over each, topped it up, freshened it up, some of the spots, and I've moved the 2 rods next to each other now. If you look down there, I've got where I had the bite from, I put another rod on, and I've swapped all 3 now are over using the D-rig, which we're going to have a look at tomorrow morning before we leave in the afternoon. Tie it up for you, show you all the components, and we've teamed up with Ridge Monkey, who have thankfully offered 5 of the rig component bits, 5 prizes, and I'll tell you all about the details about that tomorrow. So thank you very much, Rig Monkey, very much appreciated, and you guys will appreciate it because you'll have all the bits to be able to tie up the D-rig I'm going to show you tomorrow. Looking lovely. Look at that, sun's just going down, not far, and it'll soon be dark. And oh yes, this rod, the rod which is going up to the channel up there, that one I haven't touched. I've left that out since yesterday. I haven't put nothing over it, I've just left it. It went down, got no reason to change it really. It went out, went down with a nice donk, put some bait round it, So I'm just going to leave it. I'm just going to see what happens. I haven't moved it. Just leave it all alone. So these are the only one I've moved across. So we've got 2 out there now, either side of the baited area, 25 wraps. So hopefully, if we do get a bite, then what will happen is I won't recast that one. I'll put it to the spot I've been fishing last night, so we don't disturb that area. A little tip there for you: if you're fishing 2 rods on one area and you get a bite, have another area to cast to, so you don't disturb that area, because there might be a shoulder fish or other fish there. And a couple of times over the years, well, quite a few times, it's worked where I get another bite within a couple of hours if I haven't re-chucked onto that area, left that single rod fishing out there. Right, I'm going to get the kettle on. I've had my dinner, nice bit of steak. Mrs. B got me, absolutely lovely that was. I'm going to chill out, watch, look, with that wind pushing in. It's looking absolutely lovely out there. Hopefully we'll have another one to show you in the middle of the night. If not, I'll see you in the morning to show you how to tie the D-rig. Okay, it's a lovely morning, lovely and brilliant out there, and I've got a rather special one with a rather special story to tell you. Last morning, and I've managed to catch an absolute belter. The funny story with this one is many years ago, about 12 years ago, I come on a guest to Welly, and the first fish I ever caught that started my love affair with this park lake was this fish, the linear, at 32 pounds, but it's grown a little bit since then. And now it's 47.4. So I'm going to get her up to show you what a fish, and what a lovely farewell present from the park lake. Let's just have a little look. Oh, check that out. Look at that. Look at that baby. 47.4. What a fish, eh? What a fish. Proper linear, a little bit of carp juggling going on. How about that, eh? What an absolute cracking fish. Here you go, I'm going to get it back, and then we're going to have a look at that D-rig as promised earlier. Right, let's get it back. We've had a nice cup of tea, we've had our breakfast, and as promised, I'm going to show you how to tie the awesome D-rig. Here it is. It's a rig I've used for many years, on and off, and it really lends itself all through the year to fishing on them clearer type spots. It's a rig to fish, you know, on a hard bit of gravel or on a bit of silt, or, you know, those type of areas that have been cleaned, or you're trying to get an area going. It really is a really good rig, and it's a good alternative to using a pop-up presentation, because this is a wafter presentation. If everyone's using pop-ups, give the old D-rig a go on the bottom, especially throughout the summer months. Maybe you can use a tiger on it, or I like to use a wafter hook bait. You know, it's down to you. So what lead system can we use with it? Now, I use a helicopter style system, because depending on what I'm fishing over, I can either move that bead down or up. As a general rule, the harder, smoother the area I'm fishing over, like a bit of gravel or hard silt, I'll have that bead closer down towards the lead. If I'm fishing over a bit of softer silt or a little bit of debris or chod, I'll move that bead up, so then that will be fishing effectively over whatever I'm fishing across. You can use it with a clip system. I've used it in the past, many years ago, but that was on a very hard area. How do we tie it up? Now, it's quite an easy rig to tie. It does get a little bit of getting used to, because you've got some loops in there and things like that, but generally it's quite easy to do, and the more you tie them up, just like with any of the rigs, it will become a lot easier to do over time. Don't worry about stopping the video and trying to take notes of what the components are for making the rig, because I put all the details down in the in the description of the video below, or you can contact me on my Instagram page if you want a list of all the components, or if you've got any questions about the D-rig or any questions at all, just give me a DM on my Instagram page. Right, so the D-rig, how do we go about tying it? First of all, the hook link material is very important. I like to use a 20-pound fluorocarbon. Now you can use normal mono, or you can use amnesia. That's another very good hook link to use, but I like to use a 20-pound fluorocarbon. The rig's going to be between 6 to 7 inches long. I've found that's the optimum length that have caught me the most fish. It's worked the best over the years when I've used it, 6 to 7 inches. Using a short hook link like that, it's going to create a lot more stress on it than using a longer hook link that's got a lot more stretch in it. So I want something that's abrasive resistant. Fluorocarbon ticks those boxes. Also, it's super heavy, so it's going to lay across your area really nicely, and the properties of it is more or less invisible in water. So there's some reasons why I use a fluorocarbon hook link rather than another type of hook link. But you can use this. What I have confidence in using a fluorocarbon, you can use whatever you've got confidence in using. So it's quite easy to tie. First of all you need to do is take off about 12 to 14 inches of your chosen hook link. Take a size 4 hook, do a simple knotless knot. I like to put about 10 turns in it, tighten it all up, wet it down, get it all nice and straight so the hook link's Xing the top of the shank. Get yourself a small mini ring swivel, thread that onto the tag end, push it through, creating a big loop, cut it off, trim it off, blob it with a lighter, and you're good to go. Have a nice big loop, a nice big D section really does make all the difference. You don't want it tight to the back of the shank, with a nice big D, so the rig mechanics work really well, and there's lots of movement there for your waft the hook bait. We want to get this hook link now about 6 to 7 inches long. So practice makes perfect. When I first started tying these, I would tie them up and they'd be like 10 inches long, 4 inches long, and it's just a matter of practice really, of tying that loop in the end. Now, you can use a figure of 8 knot, but I like to use a perfection loop knot. It's quite an easy knot to tie, but showing it on video is quite difficult. Basically, because I'm showing you it here as well, is you tie one big loop, you tie a smaller loop in front of the big loop, you put the tag end through the middle of the two of the big loop and the small loop, and you pull the small loop through the big loop. Wet, pull tight, and that's your perfection loop knot. Sounds difficult, but it's really easy once you practice it. Trim that off, blob it off, and there you go. There you have your 6 to 7 inch D-rig hook link. Add just a little bit of putty to the middle of it, makes it even more bang on the bottom, and then all we need to do is attach our hook bait. So get a bit of floss, attach your hook bait, blob it off, and you're done. A nice wafter hook bait. Now the mechanics of how this rig works perfectly is what you're aiming to do is get that hook just to lie flat on the bottom of your spot, and the wafter hook bait, you want the hook to lie flat and the hook bait to be prone in position above the hook, which is lying flat. Okay, so when the fish comes along, sucks it in, what happens is because that's such good mechanics, and because of the D, and you've got the little mini ring with your hook bait running along the back of that D, is the hook will go into the prime position. It goes straight up. From going flat, it goes straight up with your hook above it. So it's really good hooking efficiency, and the rig mechanics are absolutely second to none with this rig. Also, another reason why I really do like this rig, not only because it's such a good catcher, because it resets itself. So if you get a bream or a tench or a nuisance fish messing about with it, picking up the hook bait and not taking the hook in, and you're not hooking them and they're moving about to swim, because you've got all different types of bait out there, particle, all different types of stuff. They drop it and it resets itself. That hook goes flat on the bottom and the hook bait sits above it, so it resets itself every time. A really important factor. And the stiffness of it as well, the stiffness in that hook link, in that fluorocarbon, when that fish picks it up, it's going to find it even more difficult to get rid of it. Then all you need to do is put a little bit of silicone on the end of your loop, put it onto a heli quick chain swivel, and you're good to go. There you are. It's very anti-tangle, so you can really whack it a long way. So there you go. There is the D-rig. Give it a go, guys. Let me know how you get on with it. Message me on my Instagram or put comments down below in the video. But it's a rig definitely worth checking out. Give it a go. Let me know what you think of it. Well, there you go, that's the D-rig. It's an awesome rig to try. You really should give it a go, guys. It's just another rig to have in your armoury, especially as the summer goes on and them spots get cleaner and cleaner and the fish are wary of picking up pop-up rigs. As promised, we've got a competition. I reached out to Rich Monkey and they very, very kindly, thank you Rich Monkey, supplied 5 prizes of the kit to tie these awesome D-rigs. All you need to do in the comments below this video is type in D-rig, D-R-I-G, and that will give you entry for the possibility to win 5 sets of kit from Rich Monkey to tie up the D-rig. Next Sunday I will give the 5 winners over on my Instagram page. There it is there. If you go over there on Sunday, you will see if you've won, if you're one of the lucky winners of the 5 kits to tie up that awesome D-rig. So guys, give it a go. Don't forget to put D-rig in the comments below, and good luck and hope you win the prize. Well, I hope you enjoyed that D-rig, and don't forget to enter the competition. All you got to do is put D-rig in the comments below, and that's me done, guys. Look at that, barrels loaded, and what a way to end a campaign and end my fishing time on the Park Lake than the first fish I ever caught out of here all them years ago. 32 pound the linear. It's my last fish to catch out of here at 47 pound. Absolutely, you couldn't have written it, could you? We've had a great session, really enjoyed my time on the Park Lake, all the highs, all the lows, but it's definitely time to move on. And I hope you enjoyed all the vlogs that I've done on the Park Lake. So without further ado, guys, thanks for tuning in. See you in the July vlog, and thank you very much.